When I say when me and you did the mock playoffs, which is up on YouTube, if you guys want to go ahead and go look at it, me and Steph did that. Probably about a couple of days before the playoffs started. I say, hey, look, man, and I might go ahead and get talked about. I might be saying I'm wrong for it, but
AllNetNoRim, we back with another video. I go by the name of Steph. We got Doughboy Bush. Today, Wi-Fi 5, all three of us is back on a Friday night, man. April 25th, 2025. We are in the middle of the playoffs. Today is NFL Draft 2. That's why Doughboy got that 49er hat on. It is round day 2 of the NFL Draft. Yeah, 49ers, man. We, what I'm saying? We coming back better than ever next year. We just drafted 2 D linemen, but we going for, next, I think we need like a corner or something like that. But we talking hoop today. You know what I mean? So we are in the middle of the NBA playoffs. A lot of things are going on in this first round right now. These series are starting to kind of shape up. We're kind of seeing who's probably going to win some of these first rounders and move on to the second round, but you never know. So that's why they play the games. But before we get to that, if this is your first time to the channel, please hit that sub button, comment what you think about the topics today, like the video. And yeah, man, we're going to get straight to it. So the first thing I want to talk about, let's talk about this Rockets Warriors series, man, because I felt like this was like a really interesting series even before it even started, because I had the Rockets winning that series, but then the Warriors kind of came out hot, and the Rockets couldn't stop the Jimmy Steph combination. But now it's looking like Jimmy Butler might be out, and it was kind of crazy because when he got hurt, I seen the look. Like they panned to Curry and Draymond on the bench during like a timeout, and they just looked deflated. Like they kind of knew, like, damn, that was our window. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's just like, dang, like you don't want to play a whole nother season to get to the next year playoff. So like they kind of felt like this was going to be their year, but Jimmy might have a pretty significant injury. I want to say they said it's his glute. At first they were saying like a pelvic contusion. Now they're saying, I don't know what it is. I've heard 2 different things. I don't know if y'all heard something, but man, 4-5. I know you kind of like the Warriors, man. You're kind of like a de facto Warriors support. I ain't gonna say fan, but you've always kind of rooted for that team, in certain scenarios and situations. What's your thoughts on this Jimmy Butler injury, and can the Warriors still compete for a championship without him?
Man, definitely not. They definitely can't compete. I mean, that's why they made the trade. That's why they moved on from Wiggins. It was a spot that they needed to fill void, and it was no better upgrade that you can go get other than Jimmy Butler. So, man, that's a huge blow for the team. There's no way that they're going to be able to win without Jimmy Butler. They might not even win another game without Jimmy Butler. I mean, that's a tough loss, man. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you guys have ever heard, you know what I'm saying? Your pelvic pause. I know that's
that area
right now. But
that is
very weird.
Man, that tailbone shit hurt.
No, that whole area, like, because you can't, that movement, you can't really run. You can't,
right.
And pause. You can't really explode when you need to, and Jimmy Butler, a lot of his movements and the way he plays is contingent upon that. It's like, if he can't do that, it's just like, man, Doughboys, what's your thoughts on the Warriors Rockets? Did they have a chance in the series?
Well,
Rockets moving on?
I had the Warriors winning that series. I know
did
when
you
we first
get
did
the Warriors winning?
Yes, I sure did. During our playoff predictions, I had them actually beating them. When you have somebody of Jimmy's caliber, you lose a lot of productivity, and it's going to go ahead and show. Well, it showed in the last game for sure. But it's going to go ahead and show going forward unless they get them other guys to step up. I know Brandon Podzinski is his last name. How you pronounce it? Podzinski?
It's close enough.
I know he didn't finish playing the game too as well, or because he was sick. And I know they were down 2 men. So the rotation, Steve Kerr had to get a little bit more creative with it and actually play. And I don't know why he's not playing that much, but Jonathan Kuminga, So with that being said, man, yes, it is a huge blow to lose Jimmy Butler. I feel like you lose a lot of your offense, especially when we talk about playoff Jimmy and how he performs during the playoffs or the big stages. When you lose somebody of that caliber, your productivity is going to go ahead and drop off somewhat. So they're going to have to figure it out. They're going to have to figure out where it's going to go ahead and come from to be able to keep up with the Rockets.
Yeah, because when they put those bench players in the other day, I was like, ooh, they was looking like G leaguers out there, and I could see like Draymond getting frustrated because people weren't in their spots and they were missing passes and turning the ball over, and it was just like the whole.
It's crazy that you say that because when you look at the stats on this game, man, it was damn near almost equal. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the free throws. Up
until the Jimmy injury, or even after?
Yeah, but well, no, after the Jimmy injury. Okay. Yeah, the last game where they tied, where they tied it up. They look like they were handling their own. They got out rebounded a little bit, but all the way across the board. Golden State shot 41%, and the Rockets shot 45%. At 3 points, they were 7 for 43. Houston was 15 for 40. So I mean, they were there neck and neck. It's just that they just did not look good, like you said, sometimes out of placement. They're trying to figure out how they're going to run their offense, who's guarding who. So they're going to have to go ahead and figure it out and how they're going to go ahead and win, because I know Jimmy's going to be out for a few games. I don't know if he's going to be out for the playoff series or not. We shall see.
I could see him trying to come back for the series, but like you said, we'll see. 4-5, you about to say something?
Well, with Jimmy, I mean, they're what was they, between 4 and 7 seed, somewhere between there, right? And without Jimmy, they're 10th, 12th seed, and that's what we're seeing right now, really. You know what I mean? It's hard to replace somebody that when Curry goes to the bench, you got somebody that can instantly cook with no problem, defensively and offensively. Right? So it's a huge blow. One thing that we do need to speak on, we need to speak on Kuminga. We need to speak on his role and how he steps up being on that. He didn't play too much end of the season. No. Hasn't got no playoff. Jimmy went down. So I mean, things change once he turned down that 30 mil going after that 35 mil. We got to see where his mindset is. So hopefully he could push everything to the side.
I was going to say.
Be professional right now.
Yeah.
And fill that void that the Warriors need right now. But I'm definitely keeping an eye on this Kuminga situation.
I was going to say, I'm glad you brought him up, because guys like that, you need them. Even if, for your depth, even if it wasn't for Jimmy Butler getting hurt, it's like you gotta kind of oil the wheel a little bit. Like you can't just all right, go sit over there, and all of a sudden, oh, now you need me. You know what I mean? So, and he's still a good player, athletic.
Yes.
And he was getting a lot of tick before Jimmy got there in that role, in that position. And
my thing is how did he fall out of Steve Kerr's rotation? Like, when did that happen? And why did it happen?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't really watching them, but he did. He felt like he was getting a lot of runs.
Drastically, yes. And he was. And all of a sudden, he just.
Yeah.
There's games where he got DNPs on there, and you're looking at it like, well, hold
CD,
on, man.
DNP, CD, right. Coach's decision. Wasn't you want to hurt?
It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, so. And then, even if they do get past the series, which now I think is in question, but they're going to have the Lakers or Timberwolves next. And. I don't know if they could be either one of those teams, because when you look at the Timberwolves, they got the height advantage. You know what I mean? They got the size advantage and things like that with Randall, Gobert, Reed, Jaden McDaniels is like 6'8", 6'9". So
you got Edwards too, as well as tall.
Edwards about 6'5", 6'6". You know what I mean? So they would have issues with them. And then the Lakers, Luka's a boy, Austin Reeves. You got to guard them and account for them. So. I mean, we'll see though, man. We'll see. You never know. They play tomorrow, so the series is tied 1-1. So game 3 is tomorrow.
1-1, yeah.
Jimmy Butler probably will not play tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see how.
They gotta find an answer for Sengun. Gotta find an answer.
They ain't got no size.
Well, yeah,
it ain't Looney. Is it Looney?
Looney and
Draymond's on them.
Well, I'm saying outside of when Draymond goes to the bench, they got Looney and what's that young.
What happened to Jackson Davis? Is that his name? What happened to him?
Yeah.
Where he at? He hurt?
He's not on the bench too. He's not in the rotation.
Yeah, he's not in the rotation.
Yeah. I mean, you need it.
This is the time where Curry. I apologize. Curry's gonna have to get creative with these lineups right now. Right.
Yeah.
He only played, man. Jackson Davis only played 4 minutes in game 2.
4 minutes.
That's not a lot.
That was probably garbage time.
A lot of minutes.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, it is. That probably was garbage time during that time frame.
Wow. So
you know what I mean? So yeah, you definitely are losing some productivity. So you got to figure it out. You got to figure out how to get creative. I know Kevon Looney played 13 minutes during that time frame. Let's see who else we were talking about. What's that? what's that other boy that been playing for them, man? I can't think of the other little the white boy that's kind of tall. Can't think of his name. Post.
Oh yeah.
A minute. He's been playing a lot for him. He had played 25 minutes for him this past game. So they're gonna go ahead. They got to figure out how to get that, to get them two to go ahead and play hand to hand when they do come off the bench to kind of slow, Şengün and them down.
Yeah.
With them being taller than them, and it's going to be a task that they got to figure out. Steve Kerr has to be creative with it and see what he's going to be able to go ahead and do with
that.
The
Rockets are young. The Rockets are very young. Do you feel like Ime is kind of I don't want to say out coaching Steve Kerr right now, but is he just kind of throwing a curveball with the physicality of how he's?
The young boys they're just playing. They're playing hard.
They're just playing. They're
playing hard. They're playing physical. Yeah. They're young, so they're out there, and he's giving them that extra push they need with the being the enforcer, kind of yelling, telling them into their positions and things like that. And they seem like they really want to play for him, and you can see that on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that again goes back to a coach that's coming in with an identity and a culture, and I mean that's what the Rockets is. They've been that for 82 games, aggressive, defensive, and offense is going to be the defense is going to be our offense. So, I mean that's who made his identities, and he brought it over to Houston. So they just using it, and they see the benefits from it. So hopefully for the Sacramento Kings, we start seeing terms like that too.
Hopefully. So
hopefully.
So let's kind of real quick, just go down briefly, go over some of these other series going on. Thunder, they're gonna sweep the Grizzlies. Ja Morant, he got hurt, and they were up. They were blowing the Thunder out.
30
game 3.
30 beast.
And then Ja got hurt, and then Thunder came back and won like the last in the fourth quarter came back and won that game.
The fourth quarter pretty much dominated.
Because I know a lot of people weren't. I wasn't really watching to the end because of the draft, the NFL draft. But when I turned, I was like, and I'm looking at the score. I'm like, yo, like Memphis up 30. Like I was like, at first I thought it was a Thunder up. I was like, no, that's the Grizz. So,
so if you're Memphis, right? Then let's just hypothetically say you lose one game. I mean, you get swept or you might win one game, right? You go into the offseason. What do you do if you Memphis? Do you stay on Jaren Jackson? Do you stay on Bane? Do you move them? Maybe keep them? Move on from Morant? Do you keep all three and try to build? Like, what do you guys think? And one thing Memphis has done, Memphis has drafted very, very well.
They have.
I think there's going to be some moves. I don't think they trade Ja. Jaren Jackson, you might be on the trade block because I feel like
Jaren definitely might be on the trade block.
We talked about that too. I think his play fell off a little bit. I don't know what happened, man. Brandon Clark, they need him. He can never stay healthy. I think he's in street clothes again on the bench. And they got like a lot of just guys. Like they're not really deep. You know what I mean? So I will look for them to kind of try to find some depth. Maybe another scorer. I feel like that's supposed to be Bane though, but I don't know. They need that third guy. You know what I mean? They need that third guy. Maybe go find a center. But I feel like they're going to be a team that's going to make changes. But they're going to be home pretty soon. They're going to be in Cancun real soon. So that series is over. Lakers.
Bane's supposed to be that second guy.
But they need a third. They need a third guy now.
He's inconsistent out of the lineup. Absolutely.
But their second guy is inconsistent.
You move on from him.
You're gonna move on for both. I feel like Jaren Jackson and Bane. If not one, it'll be one or the other. I won't be shocked about if it's both, but it'll be interesting to see how they're gonna go ahead and shape out this roster. But they do have to make a move. It might be Ja. It might possibly come above him if you get the right trade offer. To be real.
Crazy. And when you think about Memphis, like in the past, they draft picks and everything they've done. Like we have one of probably the worst draft picks that they've had in the past in Rivera, right? And he's a baller. So that just goes back to how good they drafted in the past. You know what I'm saying? So, man.
No, he could play.
Yes, he can.
Lakers, T-Wolves, that series is tied 1-1 right now. They play tonight. So by the time y'all see this, that game's going to be played. But that game is going to be, is it at? Yeah, so it's at Minnesota.
Since Minnesota now.
So we're on Lakers on the road. What y'all think of that series? Just real quick.
That series 1-7, man. So it's been very, very scrappy from what I've been seeing. And hey, look, man, LeBron, stop all that faking, please.
Oh, did you see him with the
Just play ball, man.
Did you see him?
Just play. You're too big, bro. 6'8", 260, nigga. You acting like you about
I'm gonna know in the
5'10", 140, man. Come on, chill out, man. Just play ball, win, and be good.
4-5. I haven't really heard what you thought about this series. What's your thoughts on this one? Lakers, T-Wolves.
You know what I'm liking the series. It's a spicy series, right? I'm liking the matchups. I'm loving Edwards, but I'm needing him to come meet Randall. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I need him to come meet Randall's play right now, right? So Randall's been excellent these last 2 games. Let's see if he can carry it over to the 3rd game. But man, this is a great series. I can't pick a winner right now, right? Just not at the moment. But
random question,
man, great series.
Random question involving this series.
Yes.
Who's the better player, Luka or Ant Edwards?
That's a great question. I think you can't lose, but with either one. But yeah, I'm gonna go Luka.
Luka for right now.
Go Luka right now. Yeah. Okay. And that's no disrespect to Ant Edwards.
Is that because of consistency that we've seen Luka play game to game, series to series, year to year? Because Ant can some I don't want to say disappear, but not play as well as his previous night. You know what I mean?
He doesn't try to find his shots
all the time.
He forced them, you know what I mean? Versus Luka pick and choose. All right, you know what? I got a smaller guard down here on me. Let me go down to the low block. Oh, I got the big man. Let me take him out to the 3-point line and blow passing. And he gets frustrated sometimes. He just be like, hey, man, I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to score this ball by any means. It's like, nah, man, pick and choose. So once he starts to understand that and slows his game down a little bit better, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We'll go ahead and say you up there with Luka. For sure.
Luka also playing with an all-time great too, though. It makes the game a lot more easier for than Ant Edwards. You know what I mean? Ant Edwards is the machine, literally, for his team. He goes down. We don't get to the destination we've been trying to sail for, right?
Right.
So, I mean, yeah. One thing I can say is, Ant Edwards, big dog, you've been getting better every single year. I've seen guys that came in the draft with you. I've seen guys that came before you, and I've seen you surpass 97% of these dudes because of the work and dedication and the love for the game that you have. So I gotta salute, dog. Because, man, he's even impressed me these last 2.5 years or whatever, and the development that he's taken.
No, for sure.
Yes.
Man, so to me, surprisingly, what has been the best first round series to me, this Nuggets Clippers. This Nuggets and Clippers series.
Oh, yeah. I'm right there with you, bro. I'm right there with you.
Kawhi Leonard is all the way back.
Yes.
Did we expect that? Now, here's the thing. We never said that Kawhi could not play. We've never said that. But it was just an injury thing. And I don't think, sometimes I don't like the injury prone thing because I don't think guys are going out there to get hurt. They're not trying to get hurt.
No, not at all.
But it's just sometimes that's just the way it kind of happens. You know what I mean? Their bodies wear down or whatever have you. But he looks pretty damn healthy right now.
Hey, I told you. When me and you did the mock playoffs, which is up on YouTube. If you guys want to go ahead and go look at it, me and Steph did that, probably about a couple of days before the playoffs started. I said, hey, look, man, and I might go ahead and get talked about. I might be saying I'm wrong for it, but I had the Lakers winning that series. I said it's going to be a scrappy 7-game series, and I feel like the Clippers are going to go ahead and take them all the way to the end to go ahead and win that game, to win that. I feel like.
Well, what's your thoughts on that?
It's getting spicy.
See, when it gets down to that, I'll be like, oh, I got to pick the best player, and I just feel like Jokic. Yeah. I feel like Jokic is just like too good.
You know what? Oh man, yeah. You know, Kawhi. I'm gonna say this, man. Kawhi knows what he's doing, and when I say he knows what he's doing, I don't mean necessarily he know what he's doing when we think he got a little injury and he want to sit out. I realize Kawhi is a guy, if he can go, he's going to go.
But you know what it is? But you know what it is?
He's not going to do it.
But you know what I'm starting to realize too, kind of piggybacking on what you just said? I think if he's only going to play if he can play to the level he wants to play at. Because I think sometimes he probably can get out there and do something, but he don't want to just be out there, moving slow or not be able to do what he wants to do or feel like he needs to do to help the team. I think Kawhi's one of those guys. So
absolutely,
and that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know.
No, it's not a bad thing at all.
No. I mean, it's showing. Look what he's doing since he's came back and he's been healthy. Look what he's doing, and the track record shows, right? And some guys may be like, man, you can go out there and go do that, but for him, I think he's a guy where if I'm going to go out here, I'm going to hurt my team more than I help my team, regardless of what the world is saying. And the thing for Kawhi is he's not on social media, he's not in the metaverse, so. He doesn't even get caught up in that. He's not peer pressured to go out there. He's literally on him and God's time when it's time for him to perform, right? And it's showing right now.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah.
It's crazy that you said that because even on their last win, Kawhi didn't force it. When you seen down towards the very end, when they were trying to pull the game out, he was deferring to James Harden. Like, here you go, Harden. You know what I'm saying? I went and got us there. Whatever shot I need to go ahead and take, I'll take it. But here you go, man. Go ahead and get the scoring going for us. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Kawhi he's pretty much like, hey, look, man, I know my role. When I need to show up, I'll show up. You know, when I need to play big, I'll play big, and we'll go ahead and go from there. But they're doing a hell of a job right now against that championship team with the Denver Nuggets, man.
It's kind of like.
And I apologize, but what does that say to the Clippers for them for Harden, right? For him to carry them most of the season to get them to the point where Kawhi can recover and be healthy, and you get the best version of him now, right? There's not too many teams or situations where they can do that, and James Harden and the Clippers definitely carried the season for Kawhi to land in the playoffs, right? And for him to recover and be healthy and do what they're doing right now. I mean, I really want to see them win. You know what I mean? But again, like Steph says, man, that boy Jokic, man.
I got him going all the way to the finals.
Is Jokic the best player in the league?
Yes.
Y'all both said that at the same time. That's crazy.
We're talking.
The man is putting up a triple double, bro, in the playoffs right now.
If we're talking pure basketball. We're talking about IQ. We're talking about skill. We're talking about making others better, right?
Yes.
Talking about sacrificing, and you still sacrificing points, right? To make the others around you better, right? Also being a leader, getting the voice of the locker room. I mean, come on, man. All that. Yes, Jokic right now is the best right now in the league. For sure. I don't think they're going to win it. I definitely don't think it's going to be Denver representing the Western Conference.
Hey, you know what? We didn't get to ask Sims this because he wasn't recording when we were recording.
Who do you have? East and West. So give me your two teams. Come out the East and out the West.
Okay. Okay. I don't. To be honest, I think. Okay, and I'm gonna go off this Denver Clippers series, right? I think with the Porter injury, because I don't think he's gonna play next game with the shoulder. It seems like that's been bothering him, and reports are saying that it looked like last night he was struggling to even put a sweater on in the locker room. So if he's out, which is a very, very key piece, Westbrook is banged up also. I want to say there's one more player on the Denver roster that may be banged up. I think the Clippers may take next one. I got the Clippers actually winning the series. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to jump out the window. Now, if we're going to go all the way to the end for the West.
So, yeah, who you got for the West? All the way at the end, who you got going from out of the West? Unbiased opinion, bro. Take your feelings out the situation and just say, look, man, I got these guys going out of the West 110%.
I'm going to go to Clippers. I'm going to go Clippers coming out of the West. I'm going to go Boston in the East.
Hey, that's crazy because I had them same picks, bro. I had the same picks. I got the Clippers coming out of the West, going to the Western, or going to the finals, and I got the Celtics coming out the East to go and go to the finals. I got the Celtics actually repeating again.
So Clippers and Celtics?
It's all matchup. If the Clippers can avoid the Warriors, it's all matchup. I think if the Clippers can avoid the Warriors, right?
Hey, Jimmy and Kawhi would be a nice little.
That would be monumental.
It would.
That would be monumental.
But after that injury, I don't see them getting past the Rockets. I could be wrong though.
Well, give it a week or so. You know what I mean? If they can buy another win, buy some time with an injury like that, that's about, I would say, somewhere around less than a week or less.
You could probably play in less than a week, but you won't. He gonna feel it.
Yeah. The more you stretch it, the more, you know what I mean? I don't even want to talk about what you need to do for that area. You know what I'm saying? But do what you need to do.
So all right. So you got Celtics. Yeah, we said Celtics as well.
We said Celtics.
What do y'all think about this Knicks Pistons? Knicks are up 2-1 right now. They play on the 27th, which is what? Is that Sunday? Yeah. In Detroit. What do y'all think about that one? Knicks are winning that series. The Knicks are the better team. But
that's another scrappy series. I do feel like the Knicks are a better team. From the starting five all the way to their bench, I feel like they just got to figure out a way to go ahead and close out the games and actually beat the Pistons, even though the Pistons are a scrappier team too as well, and they predicate themselves off of defense. So I got the Knicks, man. It's going to be hard. It's going to definitely be hard. I think Teddy's in the Matrix right now on this. I think he froze up.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, he is in the metaverse right now somewhere.
He's in the metaverse on us right now.
Hopefully he comes back in. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But
yeah, I hope he does too as well.
So, man, another interesting one. I didn't think would go this way is the Pacers and Bucks.
Hey, you know what? It's crazy. I want to see what Teddy White will go ahead and say about this series because I had the Pacers winning in 5. I didn't think it was going to be to the point to where it's at now. It looks like they're convincingly winning these games.
Hey, okay, real quick, hold on. I know you. I know you probably don't remember, but I'm a Batman head. I'm a Batman fan.
Okay.
The 1989 Batman. There's a scene when the Joker is talking to the camera, and then the camera freezes on him. 4-5 looks just like him right now. He looked just like Jack Nicholson Frozen. He looked just like Jack Frozen.
Oh man.
He's out of there.
He dropped out. He's out of there. Come on, man. We got to get the Wi-Fi fixed, man.
We'll see if he comes back in. Pause.
He on that dial-up, man.
Scoot your camera over a little bit to your left shoulder, just a tad bit.
This way?
A little more, yeah. A little more. That way, yeah. For you, a little more. You can.
Yeah.
I wonder why it got like that. Because I had it. Because you're like cut off right now on the 2-person camera. You're like cut off a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm good now or not?
Scoot over a little bit to your right. Yeah. You scoot. If you could scoot your chair over.
Oh, me.
Yeah. There you go. Boom. Perfect. All right. So
okay. Cool.
So we'll see if 4-5 comes back in, but. If not, we're just gonna rock out like this, man. We're gonna finish it out. I really wanted to hear his opinion on this because I just saw a little meme, or those little people making little updates on the IG and stuff like that about basketball news. I saw that Zach LaVine wants Doug Christie to be his head coach. So like he's vocal about he's vocal about that. That's kind of interesting, man.
Very.
Now I don't know how much weight that his request is going to hold because we got a new GM. Scott Perry. Definitely. I feel like he might take into account what the guys want, maybe, but at the same time, he's trying to win. And this is his job too. Yes. So he's not really going to just be like, oh yeah, okay. So but what's your thoughts on Zach LaVine wanting to keep Doug Christie as a head coach?
It's interesting because that just goes to show you that Doug Christie left a impression on maybe all the players or maybe a few players, but LaVine, for him to come in on that short period of time, playing underneath Doug Christie, and to get acclimated that quick, for them to go ahead and kind of go out, kind of just goes to show you like, hey, look, man, you know what? I buy into what the product that he's trying to pitch to me. I see that he deserves a chance to actually be a head coach. With the right time, with the right personnel around him, with the right coaching staff around him, and then the management and the ownership believing in him might give, Doug Christie a boost of confidence to say, hey, look here, you know what? I can turn around this program and change them into a actual playoff contending team like how they were, a few years ago and like how they were in the early 2000s.
Let me ask you a question. Do you feel like Doug Christie can do that? Can he turn this team around being the head coach?
I think that it's a possibility he can go ahead and do so. He's gonna need the right coaching staff around him to balance him out because he does not from what I understand, from what I see, he doesn't have an actual offensive system that he has ran, because you can kind of tell when he was coaching, it kind of like they were just, hey, look, we don't know what we're really doing right now. We're just gonna go ahead and pass the ball to whoever's open, and let them kind of create, free balling pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Pause. So, so I feel like, I had to put that out there. That's why I said pause, man. So, I do feel like, if they do get the right coaching personnel around him, if you can go ahead and pull off a Jeff Van Gundy that might be willing to go ahead and be like, all right, you know what, I'll be an assistant coach for you to help you out, or somebody like a Sam Cassell that can kind of help you out too, if they're not looking for the head coaching job. Cool. But you got to take into accountability, like, who else feels the same way.
I just saw on Twitter, was it Matt George? I don't want to misquote, or, but somebody posted, it might have been Carmichael Davis, somebody on Twitter made a reference to Jeff Van Gundy, because somebody said something about Jeff Van Gundy, like being like, defensive guru and things like that on the Clippers bench. Right. And then like, they were like, hey, Scott Perry, pay attention. Like, I forgot who it was. It might have been Matt George. Like, but I don't want to quote him incorrectly. But
I think you said that in the group chat.
Did I send that to y'all?
Yeah, you did, bro.
Who was that?
Trying to see who it was that in the quote.
And by the way, has anybody drafted Shedeur Sanders yet? I know we're sitting there doing this pod right now, but
it was from the King's Muse channel. I don't know who.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know who runs that. Chris Maddox.
Chris Maddox. So he's the one who said the thing, the quote about Maddox, Jeff Van Gundy, I believe, right?
Yeah. Yes. He sure did. Yeah.
And then somebody retweeted that and was like, "Hey, Scott Perry,
Scott Perry, right?"
But we talked about Van Gundy.
We talked about it. We have, and I said that in the past episodes, just saying, "Hey, look, man, if I am the Kings, I will go ahead and see what it would take to bring him in just for an interview. Even if the Kings are not on his radar, bring him in.
I think
where his head's at, and go from there.
I think Scott Perry is going to do his due diligence and interview guys like that.
And he should. He should.
As he should. I mean, you shouldn't just go with. I could see if Doug Christie got into the playoffs, or if he had if he went like 30-10 or something, then it's like, okay, give him the job. But
right.
But again, like
I would have said this, man, if he would have led them into the playing game, and then they might have had a good little run in the playing game where they made it to the first round, might have surprised somebody and knocked one of the teams out. Then I might be like, hey, you know what? We might be on to something with Doug. But I feel like, is he ready? He could be, but he has to get the right coaching staff around him, with it being his staff, but somebody also being able to help him out from an offensive-minded standpoint. And we got to figure out what coaches are out there in order to go ahead and do so. If you're going to go ahead and roll with Doug Christie being your head coach,
I'm going to say something, and this is something that we haven't really talked about. So during the play-in, the Rockets got to 7th, the Grizzlies got to 8th. Man, I'm so upset with these Kings right now, because I feel like they'd be playing better than both of those teams. Well, if they got to that 7th, I think they could beat the Rockets.
Yes.
And then you go into the Lakers Timberwolves.
They had the right matchup, bro. When they ended up going to get Valanciunas and Levine, you got taller, you got wingspan, you got another defender down the block.
My goodness, bro. And then it's crazy, because I know, like, y'all, if anybody's watching this, well, these guys are tripping. But like, if you get past the Rockets, which you very well could have, then you got Lakers Timberwolves. Yes. I don't think that's like some type of, you can't beat them. Like you could, I think you could beat either one of those teams in the series. Lakers are small, so you got Sabonis. Who's going to guard Sabonis? You know what I mean? And we have all these other scorers, and Levine, DeRozan, Keegan. I'm sure Monk would have been back, because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
probably would have lost to the Thunder, if we got to the Western Conference Finals or something like that. But I mean, I don't know, man. But yeah, it's just disappointing.
Those are some very valid points.
Yeah, when I see the Grizzlies, I'm like, man, we could have played better than them. We could have played better than the Warriors, But the
what ifs, man.
The what ifs. But we just want to get on here real quick. I do want to talk about one more thing before we get up out of here. Man, prayers to the Gilbert Arenas' son. I forgot what's his son's name. I forgot. I apologize. I forgot his name. I know he's like a All-American like high school player.
He just
really
committed
good.
to
Elijah Arenas. He got in a car accident, really bad car accident. But the good thing is there wasn't like any bodily injuries or anything like that. It was basically he inhaled a lot of smoke, and so they had to, because of that. I guess when that happens, they got to induce coma. And go from there. But they said he's going to be okay. So he's out of the medically induced coma. Man, hopefully he's all right, man. Hopefully he's all right. Cybertruck. Everybody keeps wanting to mention the truck, which is the car he was in, which is you never really hear people mention the car when they get in a car accident, but they keep saying he was in the Cybertruck. He was in the Cybertruck. So I wonder, are they saying like it just caught on fire or something, or did he? No, he crashed. So it was a car crash. Okay. Yeah. So. But yeah, hopefully he's good, man. Really good player.
Hopefully he's good. Get his health back right, man. And eventually, basketball is there as an option for him to go ahead and continuously to play. Then go for it for sure. Take care of that health first, man, and speedy recovery to better
for sure. We're gonna be back tomorrow, man. We just want to get in here for a quick little 20-30 minutes. Talk to y'all real quick about these playoffs, man. We got more games coming tomorrow. These games are being played right now. We're going to see the result of those pretty soon here shortly. We're probably going to talk about those games and give a quick preview of the games that are going to be played tomorrow. We could probably get on early tomorrow. I would like to get on here and maybe stream something like live and kind of just live commentate, just get some people in the chat, just maybe get some drinks, some popcorn, some snacks, and just chill. That'd be dope to do. So maybe we could do that tomorrow. We've yet to do that with all three of us, or we haven't streamed in a while, so maybe we can try to arrange that tomorrow. But other than that, man, please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Hit that like button and comment. Let us know what you think about any of the topics that we talked about today, and we are going to get back at y'all tomorrow. Let's go.
Yes, sir.